International Woman. This is Tom Johnson III, and this is the reading for the month of September. So we have 3 areas of life, and we're going to jump right into it. We have work, family, and relationships. And we're going to take a look in each area. What is the learning opportunity that's going to come up, and how can you learn from it, and what can you do? So we've gathered all the areas together for one reading, and excited to see what's coming up. So typically there's kind of some patterns with learning opportunities and the international woman in terms of these areas. It's really cool to see, and I'm excited to see what's going to come up for the month of September, and how can these learning opportunities be taken advantage of. Okay, this one. Okay, so let's take a look. So in your job career, looks like in the month of September, there's going to be this tendency to please people in terms of work. So there's the opportunity is going to be, there's this behavior tendency, which is not you, it's a behavior, to say yes to people related to work. So there's some particular tasks that other people are probably going to ask you to do, and you're going to say yes, because the purpose of the pleasing behavior is to make everyone else happy. And by doing that, there's a belief that, oh, by making everyone else happy, I'll be happy, and end up actually getting stressed out from saying yes all the time and always saying no to yourself. So what can you do about it? What can you do about it? This is the navigate power of who you really are. The navigate power is assuming you already know what to do in the situation, which you actually do, and this is how you access that information. So it's doing this. You close your eyes and you say, okay, so the month of September is over. I finished everything. I'm very happy. And what did I do when people came up to me asking me to do stuff? How did I distinguish what was important for me to do, and how did I delegate tasks in the sense that they did their job, I did my job, and we all worked together in that sense, and I was happy and loving myself? And then the answer will come to you. You already know this answer. Now let's clarify on this to get a little more information. This is the grounding card. So by doing this visual activity and asking yourself, who has already finished the month of September and was happy during the entire month, you're going to ground yourself so that when someone comes up and asks you and you want to say no, you'll be able to say no. Yeah, you can remind yourself, and that will ground you. And when we're grounded in work, it's very nice. Okay, let's move on to family. Now, family doesn't just include your personal family, like husband, wife, kids, the family that raised you. It also includes human beings and people you interact with and people who support you, like all of that. So we'll see what comes up. There's a controller tendency, and if you can see the picture, there's like a puppeteer. And being the control, or having the controller behavior pop up, it's not pleasant. While it's happening, sometimes we don't even know it's happening. Other people do. If someone feels like they're being controlled, they feel it, they're like, ugh, and they will back away. So what I'm getting is, in the month of September, a colleague. Oh, interesting. This is tied in with the work. There's a colleague. When a colleague, there will be a tendency for, this is the learning opportunity, there will be a tendency for, when a colleague comes up, to kind of manipulate them so that they don't ever come back and ask you to do anything ever again. Ooh, it's not pleasant. That's why it's a learning opportunity. So there's a tendency, it doesn't always happen, there's just a tendency that when in conjunction with this pleaser, I want to make everybody happy, but I know underneath all of this that I'm being burnt out and I want to say no. So based on that stress of I'm not getting what I want and I need to make everyone happy, then to feel a sense of control, there's the controller behavior will come out. How can I take control of the situation so I'm not so stressed out and I feel there's some sense of control in my life? So that is actually a typical. It's not rare. It's actually a universal human behavior, and it's saying you can empathize with yourself. So empathize means love yourself, and to put in 2 words. More practical examples, it means do something you really love to do. Not many times what we do is we get stressed out and then we deflate, say at home, or binge eating, or binge watching TV, or we have some behavior that each person does. And so instead of, there's nothing wrong with deflating. It's necessary. It's just part of life. And what this is saying is proactively empathize, love yourself by doing something you love to do. Like schedule it or do it on a regular basis. Whether it's talking with friends or maybe making something. I'm giving the message for the viewer that you are good at making something, or there's something you want to make and you can gift it to a person. That itself is an amazing experience. Let's clarify. Learn. The learn card comes up. So this would be an opportunity to learn what you love to do, or to learn how much you actually love doing something, is the message I'm getting. And you empathize with yourself, you love yourself by doing what you love to do, and then in the process, you get to learn how much you actually love it. So it's like a win-win-win-win-win. So ground yourself by saying no to people at work, and in conjunction during the month, this is a 4-week period, not every day, all day, is to do something you love to do, and bring someone else in on the process. This doesn't necessarily mean do it together. It could be something such as was suggested to make something and gift it to someone, or something of that nature. Yeah, cool. And last but not least, we have relationships, the bread and butter of life, if you will. It's our relationships that really determine the quality of our life. So this involves romantic partner, friends, and work colleagues too. It doesn't necessarily have to be work. It could be people you do volunteer work with, or some kind of organization you do for other people. It could really be anybody. Relationships are relationships. And what I'm getting here is the avoider. So, International Women, in the month of September, what I'm getting is with romantic partner, there's a thing that needs to be done with your romantic partner. There's this thing you want to do, and like things keep happening, and somehow it's getting put off. It's being avoided, partly because of outside circumstances and because of personal what's the word I'm getting? Kind of not knowing what's going to happen. So whatever the situation is, any situation involving our romantic partner will be the happiest, the scariest, the most frightening, the most enjoyable in terms of doing stuff with other people. That's what's so amazing about our romantic partners. They amplify our human experience. This is saying is activate. I love it. The activate card works really well with the avoider learning opportunity. So there's something that needs to be done. You want to do it. It's not being done. That's the case. And what activate says is, okay, you close your eyes and you imagine, because this has been happening. I'm getting it recently also. There's this thing you want to do, and imagine, when I'm thinking about doing this, or the thought pops in my head, I want to do this thing with my romantic partner, what's the thought that comes after that? Like, what's the thing that goes through your head and that kind of suddenly you find yourself not doing it? And what it's doing is the same. When that thought comes up, do something like breathing, or putting your hand on your heart and feeling the beat in your heart and say, okay, based on past experience, when this has happened in the past and I've done it, when there's something I've been avoiding and I did it, what did I do? And how can I do it easily and enjoyably? So it's reimagining past experiences, past successes of doing what it is you want to do, which really ties in with this kind of empathy power of loving yourself, doing what you want to do. And it's a kind of, instead of pleasing the other person, seems like it might be involved in there, like they might be hurt, so you want to avoid hurting their feelings. Let's clarify. Service. So this is an act of service, not only for yourself, but for your romantic partner also, and for your whole family if you have children or anything of that nature. By being who you really are and doing what you want to do, it sets an example for children, it sets an example for other people. You feel better, and you and your romantic partner are even more in love because you're doing something together that you want to do. Okay, that's the reading for the month of September. And as always, I have 2 books I recommend just for information to become a better human being. Find what suits you and try it on. First is this particular book is called the Holy Geeta. I believe it's called the Bhagavad Gita. I forgot the exact pronunciation. It's basically it's the Hindu version of the Bible, kind of. It's got a story in here and great lessons. And these are the teachings of Buddha. It's a bunch of the character, the person Buddha, and all the teachings that are passed down kind of condensed. And it's some really great metaphorical stories to relate to. So both are recommended. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing how your month of September went.